We're recording. Go ahead. Let me move to the next slide for you.
Beautiful. Also, great. Well, welcome. And thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to take a deep dive into some critical issues that every business owner needs to know about in 2024. Whether you think your business is too small to be targeted or you're simply unsure where to start when it comes to cybersecurity, today will give you the clarity that you need. Cybersecurity isn't just a tech problem, it's also a business problem. Today, we will show you why. So, this is our agenda, and this is what we're going to cover today. So, number one being what's really happening. We're going to start by looking at the current cyber threat landscape and why small and mid sized businesses like yours are often the most vulnerable. Number two is your business safe? And here we're going to get a little personal. Many business owners think they're off the radar of hackers, but we'll show you why that's a risky assumption. What will a cyber attack really cost you? We'll discuss the real cost of a cyber attack financially, operationally, and even in terms of reputation, and more than just losing data. Number four, using cybersecurity as a growth driver. That's a good one. Cybersecurity isn't just about defense, it can actually be a competitive advantage for your business. And we're going to talk about how it can protect and even accelerate your growth. Business efficiency, we're going to explore how leveraging your current technology and enhancing it with cybersecurity measures can improve your operational efficiency and save you money. Hi, Maria.
Hi there.
We just
Hello,
started,
Maria.
so you're all good. I'm just going over the agenda. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
Um, a really good one that I'm very excited about is introducing AI into your organization. So AI is no longer just for large enterprises. We'll show you how small businesses can also use AI to enhance cybersecurity and streamline operations. And lastly, take control. We'll discuss the steps you can take to protect your business today. You'll learn how to proactive cybersecurity planning puts you in the driver's seat. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a clearer understanding of your business risks and how to turn cybersecurity into an opportunity for growth and protection. So feel free to ask along the way, or you can save them for the end. Awesome. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. We just started. I was just going over the agenda. So before we dive in, how would you rate your current understanding of cybersecurity on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I know nothing, and 10 being an expert?
5.
Good.
5.
What do
Good.
you think, Maria?
I was going to say 0, but maybe I'll go with 2. Um,
That's good. Carmine, I'm not even going to ask you.
I'm not
And so,
sales tech. I'm marketing and member relations. So it's just not my wheelhouse in the company. So that's why I'm here. So I can perhaps be more up to speed.
yes,
Nice.
now Maria is going to be the cybersecurity expert over there. I'm happy to hear
All right.
that. Awesome. And I'm sorry if I butcher it. Azine, I know Azine is in IT, so I know she's gonna be good at this. So I'm happy she's here. So let's get started. Sorry, I'm just playing around with the screen here. Okay, so let me actually start with a quick story. So recently, Wayne Memorial Hospital right here in Honesdale was hit with a ransomware attack. It was so severe that they couldn't treat patients properly for days. So imagine a hospital, a place that saved lives, brought into its knees by criminals sitting behind a computer. If a hospital can be brought down, how confident are you that your business wouldn't face similar downtime? This isn't just happening to large corporations anymore, unfortunately. Small and mid-sized businesses are easy targets just because cybercriminals know the defenses are weaker. This is why we're seeing cybercriminals activities grow year over year by 30%. In just 2023, this industry, if we can call it that, raked in $9.5 trillion. That's more than Japan's entire economy. If this criminal activity were to be a country, it will be the third largest in the whole world. Can your current IT provider keep up with that pace of change? So, quick question. How many cyber attacks do you think happen every day in the United States? Do you guys just want to throw a number quick? There's no wrong answers. Carmine, you can't participate because you know the number.
All right.
Maria, do you want to throw a number?
I have no idea. I guess millions, obviously millions. There has to be.
France, how about you? You want to
Yeah,
say a
no,
number?
at least a couple of millions too,
So it's more than 2,200 a day. It's scary. It's really scary. Now, many organizations think they're too small to be targeted by hackers, but in reality, cyber criminals often look for easy targets, not just big ones. The number one question I always ask it is, how does it happen? Here's how a cyber attack might happen in simple terms. We came up with something we call it a front door analogy to explain it in just like kind of simple terms. So let's say you have to replace your front door. We all have a front door. You have to replace it because it's getting too old. So you go to Home Depot or you go to Lowe's to buy a door. Great, door gets installed, you're good to go. But one thing you didn't realize is that the door you bought has a flaw, which is if you jiggle the door handle 3 times, the door just pops open. Now, good news is that the manufacturer is aware of the recall. So they're working on a fix, but there's no fix yet. But the bad news is that just like the manufacturer is aware of the recall, so are the local criminals. So now somehow they were able to get information on how of every person that purchased these doors recently. So now they have your name and address. Now, what they do is they hang around your house and watch your everyday life. What time you drop off the kids, what time you go to pick up the kids, what time you come back, and the whole thing. So, after they've been watching you for a few weeks, they finally waited until you're taking the kids to, let's say, soccer practice, knowing that you don't come back until 10 p.m. So, they took the opportunity, they broke into your home and now they're going all over your important files. They take your TVs, all your valuable electronics, your husband watches, everything. And not only that, when they open the door, your chihuahua ran out. I have a chihuahua myself. That's why I said a chihuahua. But now your dog also ran out. So after stealing all of your valuable items, they leave. You come home at 10:15, and then you see that all your stuff is missing. That's pretty much how cyber attack works. They're watching you, they attack, and then you have no idea. Now, let's talk about the actual cost if you don't take this seriously. It's not just about losing data or money, it's about losing trust and damaging your reputation. So imagine your business is down for 2 weeks, right? No one can access your system, you're losing revenue, but you still have to pay your employees. Can you survive that? So for instance, CDK Global. I don't know if you guys remember this. This happened not too long ago, probably about 2 months ago. I believe it was back in June or July. I'm losing track of time. But CDK Global is an auto dealer software provider. They were hit with ransomware, and thousands of dealerships couldn't process sales or service appointments for weeks. The dealership lost millions of dollars in sales, and the reputation of both CDK and their clients took a massive hit. My household was even affected by this because my fiance is in the car business himself. Even worse, what is your customer data stolen and leaked? Fines for non-compliance, lawsuits from angry clients, and good luck winning back your customers' trust after that. What's more expensive is recovering from a cyber attack or losing your customers' trust for good. If you were hit by a cyber attack today, what part of your business will you be most worried about? Data loss, financial loss, or reputational damage? So here's the thing. Cybersecurity isn't just a cost, it's an investment in your business's future. When you proactively manage your security, it doesn't just protect you from attacks, it improves your overall efficiency. You will comply with industry regulations, protect your intellectual property, and even create a foundation of trust with your clients. For example, many small businesses that we work with have used security measures not just to protect, but to grow. By securing their infrastructures, they've been able to expand into new markets with confidence, knowing that they're compliant with data regulations and that they can safely manage client information as well. What if I told you that implementing strong cybersecurity practices could actually help you grow your business? Can you think of a way that cybersecurity could be a competitive advantage? Imagine having the confidence of bid for contracts knowing you're compliant and secure. That's how we help our clients to grow. Not all IT providers focus on growth. Some of their they're just out there to fix issues. Now, let's step away from cybersecurity for a moment and talk about something every business owner cares about. Getting more about getting more out of the tools that you already have. So, most companies don't fully utilize their existing technology. Sometimes because we just don't know how to use it. Maybe you have software that you're only using for 50% of its potential, or systems that could be automated but aren't. So the question is, how much time and money are you leaving on the table by not maximizing these resources? For instance, most businesses use Office 365, but only scratch the surface of its capabilities. With Power Automate, you can streamline tasks across apps that typically require manual effort. So imagine every attachment you receive in Outlook being automatically saved to OneDrive or SharePoint, or setting reminders based on emails and Teams, all without lifting a finger. That's all what this technology is about, just everything being simple. Another example is Outlook's rules and focus inbox. So most users only scratch the surface of email management, but by setting up simple rules, you can automatically sort emails by priority, keeping your inbox focused on what matters the most. No more sifting through endless threads to find urgent emails. In addition, SharePoint's document version control features ensure that teams are always working on the most up-to-date documents, with all full records of changes and the abilities to revert to previous versions. So this is going to eliminate confusion and prevent data loss, making collaboration seamless. When you partner, when you partner with a strategic technology provider like Underdog, it's not just about protecting your system, it's about making sure your technology is working harder for you. We help businesses identify efficiencies that they didn't even know existed, allowing them to unlock the full potential of the tools that they already have. So, how many of you feel like you're not fully utilizing the technology that you already have? It happens. It happens.
Oh, clearly.
And if you guys don't mind me asking, what is one system or tool that you think you can get more value from? Do you guys have something in mind that comes right up?
I'm coming actually from a more problem-oriented that's Microsoft 365. I just recently changed over that, and I was reluctant for the longest time. I had that old Quantex computer still here, and I really loved the interface and everything, and I really didn't want to change until the system literally did not work anymore. So you didn't get any updates anymore. Now I'm using Microsoft 365, and it starts to separate different emails categories. I cannot find sometimes certain things when I look for certain email addresses. They just don't show up on the system. So I have to go to emails and find old emails and find the email sender, the address, and paste and copy it in there. So this is kind of not very intuitive, I have to say. So that has not much with cybersecurity to do, but it's just more a lack of convenience here in that case.
You know what? And that's actually an excellent point. We have a lot of our clients that have similar issues where they have similar things like, I can't find this or I'm searching for that, and it's just getting lost in the mix. And sometimes it helps, somebody who's been working in it with, like us or whatever, to help show them how to make your life simpler. Like, like she was saying, like we can help you set up rules or automations that allow you to like file your emails without you having to look for them, or help you create that system that you might be missing. One of the things we love doing with our clients is just doing like ad hoc training for them. So if they're having an issue with Word or Excel or Outlook, we sit down with them. We just do right then and there training for them so that they
Mhm.
can better utilize their tools. Because you don't want to spend all your time, like you said, cutting and pasting emails into, like that's wasting your time. That's not what you're in business for. So we help our clients, streamline that process. But that's excellent.
Thank you. So let's talk about AI. I'm very excited about this. So AI isn't just for big corporations or giant tech anymore. It's a tool that businesses of all sizes can leverage to work smarter and not harder, like we were just talking about. AI can automate repetitive tasks, analyze data faster than any human, and even help you make better business decisions by predicting trends and patterns in your operations. So at Underdog, we believe that AI isn't just the future of technology, it's the future of efficiency. And we help businesses like yours integrate AI into everyday processes so you can save time, reduce costs, and gain a competitive edge. So, example of AI in actions, for instance, let's say you're managing a sales team. AI can automatically analyze customer interactions to identify the best leads, helping your team focus on the opportunities most likely to convert. And that's smarter sales driven by data you already have. Or consider your supply chain. AI can monitor inventory levels, predict shortages, and reorder supplies before you even realize you're running low. This isn't about adding more work, it's about automating what you already do so you can focus on growing your business. By harnessing AI, you're not just keeping up with your competition, you're staying ahead. Businesses that embrace AI early are positioning themselves for long term success, and we're here to make sure that you're one of them. While many providers only focus on maintenance, we're looking at how your business can be more efficient in the future. By any chance, are you guys using AI right now? Yes, awesome.
I started to use it just very recently. I was until a couple of years ago, I was a member on a board for an artificial intelligence company on the hiring space, and so
Nice.
you needed about 600 words from an individual when you interviewed the person, and you got a pretty good psychological profile of that person, who it was. So showing you all the weaknesses, strengths. Is there the potential for aggression or something like this? But what really happened actually was, it's really larger firms, pretty much everybody was reluctant to utilize that. There are still
Mhm.
regulatory issues. I introduced that company to a number of major European multinationals and so forth. They said, okay, we can do that perhaps in Poland or in the Czech Republic, but we certainly cannot do it in the EU. We cannot do it here in the US. So I had, okay, I'm not making any money with that company, so let's say goodbye there. But talking about AI, a good friend of mine, she just did a presentation last weekend up in Milford at the writers conference. She wrote the book from Gen Z to Gen AI, and I really recommend
Wow.
that. So it
That's
really took
good.
it really took away for me the, let's say, some of the concerns that it's there no matter if you like it or not. So you better embrace it, because so for me, I had recently also an inquiry from a company. They wanted to utilize me for it's a therapeutic company, you know, so where you do coaching and everything, the AI, you have your avatar and they're suggesting whom are you going to work with, who is going to be your therapist, what kind of degree you would need somebody. And however, the good thing about that was that they had done some kind of disclosure mistakes, so they are not further operating in the US. And I was very reluctant to get involved in something like this because I felt like, okay, this is now a direct threat for me, and I don't want to be involved in that. But on the other hand, you know, having been at the conference and having read that book, it really changed my outlook to a much more open approach to utilizing AI.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it.
What about you, Maria? What do you use AI for currently?
Well, I own a barter company, so I represent businesses of all types and sizes within Eastern PA engaging in trade with one another. So I deal with a whole lot of data in terms of what my members are looking for, like what's on their wish list, what what kind of individuals they are. Do they have teams and employees? And so for the most part, a lot of this has been in my head, even though I have leased software that's created for my industry that I can utilize. I don't probably use it as much because it doesn't work with my brain and my personality the way I want it to. And so actually I've been using AI to create my own basically my own call lists and the way
Nice.
I need to look at it in order for me to be most effective. So if I'm looking at like all positive accounts or all negative accounts, I can put that in there and I can have a call list like, hey, you need business, like let's talk about that. What can we offer to people? Or you have a whole lot of trade to spend, what are the things that are on your wish list? And then it all goes into the system. But I'm kind of conscripted by the fact that I'm dealing with a leased system, which is not completely mine and customized. And it can't really be integrated with other systems quite the same way as some other things can. So I just kind of do my best. But I've been very, very successful in using AI for just really super simple things. Like I'm on a board and I do the meeting minutes because I'm secretary. And, somebody said to me, you could just literally with a quick click of a button, take all your notes and you will have meeting minutes. I was like, are you serious? Like, that's life changing. Like, thank you. And as we're literally sitting here, I'm thinking about the fact that I was trying to create an alphabetical list just to like have on hand, old school, and everything came up according to other guidelines when I took it from my software. And I was like, oh, I want it to be alphabetical. So somebody says, hey, so and so, and then I'd just be like, here, copy and paste. There's that person, that starts with the letter T. And then I realized, oh my God, what are you, crazy? Like you literally in 5 seconds, you could have put that massive list into AI and it would have alphabetized it for you. And here I'm asking my partner, can you create an Excel spreadsheet? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And that is like what AI is so great for, these super simple little
Yes.
tasks that would take hours and hours and hours. They are done in a heartbeat. So for someone with so much data like me, it is an amazing, amazing tool. I love it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I went to a conference in August, and one of the keynote speakers was a gentleman called Jeff Woods, and he has a book, and I recommend you guys read it. It's called AI Thought Leadership. Actually, I'm trying to find the actual name of the book. Oh, The AI Driven Leader. It's an awesome book. It will help you do exactly what you're trying to do, and it will give you new ways and new respect for AI. Like since I've been back, I've been utilizing it in ways that I never thought I could. And one of my initiatives for 2025 is for our entire team to use AI, throughout the business so that we can also help our clients, utilize AI because, um, like the thing I think Shilky said, it's like AI is nothing without the data, and then you have to learn how to basically secure the data. So, we want to be that company that helps you, use AI safely. But yeah, it's amazing, and I definitely, like I said, I definitely recommend that book. it will help you in so many ways.
So that you bring up something very interesting, because I actually haven't done this yet, Carmine, because all my data is, secure in my software system that I'm not attached to anything. So you're saying if like I took this list that I created and all my members are in there with their website, their email address, their phone numbers, etc., if I put that into AI and I ask it to alphabetize that, I am maybe putting, like, that's a risky thing to do?
Well, so there's a couple of things, and it probably goes beyond this conversation. But so you do have to still be careful with, because if you're using like ChatGPT or Gemini and all that stuff, there's some things you still need to do. But first and foremost, you should definitely be using a paid version of whatever your favorite platform is. And secondly, you got to go through the security. Like I've turned off all the settings that basically say don't share for training purposes. And we're using a Teams version of ChatGPT, so it's supposed to keep all our data set inside our own, private environment. There's still a lot we don't know about it, so I'm a little reluctant, but I think as we move forward, I think they recognize, that security needs to be there. But yeah, you can, as long as you're putting the proper precautions in place, I think you can. Like I've shared some information, not necessarily my client information, but I shared some of my financial stuff I created my own GPTs and all that stuff. And just the information I'm getting from it is amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I didn't really think about the fact that there was, I do have the paid version, so I just have to make sure that I'm using the paid version.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and just go through your settings. Look, I think I think it actually either says security or it says privacy. Make sure you're not. You turn the button off that says use for training or whatever. And like I said, I don't, from everything I'm reading that says it's okay, but like I said, there's a lot we still don't know, but
Yep.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Shilkis. This was like a really great presentation. And I just want to let everyone know that on the 8th, I'm actually having Constant Contact and Alignable come into town, two national guest speakers that are going to be speaking about AI and digital marketing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to be down at office quarters in the Lehigh Valley. And normally, of course, Shilkis, we met up in the Poconos at my events. It's more of a free-for-all, it's casual networking. This is going to be more conscripted by 5 o'clock. Everyone comes in, does a little bit of open networking, and 5:30, the presentations are going to start. Now, the cool thing is Constant Contact is actually advertising this out to their entire user base. So it should be a great presentation. And honestly, Carmine, you probably have a lot to say that they might not be talking about, because I doubt that Constant Contact is like a cybersecurity expert. And,
Sure.
in the Q&A portion of it, it would be cool to have somebody like yourself there, or Shilkis, if you can't make it, to kind of weigh in on that aspect of it, which I honestly wouldn't have even thought about. Like, while I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to put my entire client list in AI and have it alphabetized, maybe I should think about, like, is that a good idea or not?
Absolutely.
I know we're at 12:30. We do have a few more slides to go through. Are you guys still good, or are
I'm
you up
sorry.
against?
I'm okay, but
Yeah, no, I got a couple of additional minutes too. Sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Let's wrap this up. So, in today's rapidly changing business environment, a lot going on, it's easy to feel like things are getting out of control, especially when it comes to technology and cybersecurity, like we were just talking about. But the truth is, if you have more control than you actually think. And the key is to be proactive and not reactive. So at Underdog Cyber Defense, we believe that technology should empower you and not overwhelm you. And that's why we don't just offer security solutions. We work with you to build a strategy that fits your unique business needs so you're always in control. And here's what here's how you can take control of your business future. So first, by understanding your risks. The first step is understanding where your business is vulnerable, whether it's in your security, technology setup, or operational processes. We work closely with you to assess those risks and help you understand where the biggest gaps are. Second, investing in the right technology and partnerships. It's not just about having the right tools, it's about having the right team behind you as well. And by choosing a strategic partner like Underdog, you gain access to a dedicated team that knows your business better than the hackers do. We're not just here to fix problems as they arise, we're here to help you prevent them from happening in the first place. And three, create a long term strategy for growth. By taking control means thinking beyond just today's challenges. As your strategic partner, we help you to develop a comprehensive technology and security roadmap that's designed to grow with your business, ensuring your systems are secure, efficient, and scalable. This gives you the confidence to focus on what you do best, which is running your business. With Underdog Cyber Defense, you're not just investing in a service, you're investing in a partnership that evolves with your business, helping you stay one step ahead. Because at the end of the day, your success is our success. And let's see. So let's take a second to think about if you're comfortable. Feel free to drop any numbers in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being feel completely overwhelmed, and 10 being I got this under control. How would you rate your level of control over your business, technology, and security?
2.
Okay. Maria?
I'm honestly not going to comment because I don't deal with that part of the business for the most part. So I would just be giving a number, out of my head.
That's fair.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I'll hand the mic over to you, Carmine.
Great. All right. So like I said, I know we're kind of butt up against the end of this presentation. So I just want to take a minute to introduce you to our team. Of course, I'm Carmine Corridor, President and Chief Strategic Officer for our clients. My role basically involves determining the necessary compliance and protections a company needs, finding the right solutions, and then having my team, handle those things. Shilkes is our growth development executive. She's responsible for educating, spreading the word about the importance of cybersecurity. My wife Kelly over here helps out with the sales and marketing messaging. And these two guys in the middle here is Carlos and Oscar. They basically handle the execution and the strategy. They're client care, support, and compliance. So that's our team in a nutshell. I'll just go over this briefly. In cybersecurity, there are several different teams. The blue team and the red team are what you hear about the most. One is proactive, basically testing defenses. The other one is basically putting the defenses in place. And here in the middle is that purple team that kind of combines both of those, both the red team and the blue team activities, ensuring that not only your defenses are solid, but that they are constantly tested and strengthened. So with Underdog, we use a purple team approach. So we don't just wait for issues to arise. We actively test our systems, respond to incidents, make sure defenses evolve alongside the ever-changing landscape, and keep you proactive in a comprehensive way. Now, everybody here, I'm happy to see everybody here. You've all taken the first step. But what's next? So here are a few key actions you could take with your business. Getting a risk assessment. Every business has unique vulnerabilities. Start by having a qualified professional assess your risks and identify where you're most exposed. The key is knowing what you're up against. Have a written information security plan in place. It doesn't matter the size of your business. You should have a security plan in place. A clear documentation of how to handle data protection and compliances. If you don't have one, like I said, that you really should look into creating one, as well as an incident response plan. Preparing for the worst, knowing exactly what your team will do if a breach occurs so you can minimize the damages and the downtime. And then just implement a continuous monitoring system. It's not like the old days of, someone coming in, fixing a computer problem, and then going away. You need ongoing monitoring because the hackers don't work 9 to 5 generally. They work like 1 in the morning to like 5 in the morning type of thing. So, things go bump in the night. So you need a system that's in place catching these potential issues when you're not around. Now, you could tackle all these steps on your own, or you can partner with an expert that saves you time, ensures thoroughness, and gives you a peace of mind. And we're here ready to help you. So at this point, I know cybersecurity can be overwhelming, but if you let us guide you through it, you can book a discovery session with Shilkey's. You can either email her, I'm sure everybody has her email address, or you can go to underdog.contact, and that will be her calendar, and you just book some time with her. We'll review what's going on in your current setup, highlight some potential vulnerabilities, and give you a strategic roadmap. So I hope you all found this valuable. And before I end the session, does anybody have any additional questions?
The only question what I have right now is basically how do I really educate myself further in the utilization of AI for my specific business? Okay, so I'm really, and I don't know how could I utilize it for marketing and traditional marketing, what I had done just relatively recently by paying for Google, and it did not work, didn't produce anything, So that would be one of the things what I'm interested in.
Sure.
For cybersecurity, I had Courtney had introduced me to somebody early in the year, and he came to my office and he did some basic assessment. So I don't think I will need anything immediately there.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could always talk offline about how AI, how you can use AI. I can kind of guide you through, prompt creations and maybe again, depending on which platform you're using, help you either create like your own customized bot. Like I do specifically use it for, strategic planning. I have a bot. I have a GPT that's made just for strategic planning. I have one that is that's just my sales coach, so to speak. And then I have one for marketing. And I've built all those prompts. I've trained it. I've added documents to it, and it's pretty dead on the information it gives me. Now, one of the key things with AI is that you have to be in control of it. You have to be the thought leader. So like I said, that book that I told you about, that is one that you probably should read. AI is your tool. It's going to give you information, and sometimes it's going to give you misinformation, but it's up to you to validate that information. So it might give you information that's like 60% there, and then you just got to fill in the other 40%. But like I said, I can work with you, off call, and we can talk about it and see how we can maybe help you with AI.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So,
thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sounds good. So really thank you for a great presentation. Silky, really enjoyed your energy behind it. So, and Carmine, it was nice to get to know you.
Yeah, you too. All right, I appreciate you guys coming, and Shilkey's will be sending out this video and then be touching base with you all after this. So again, thank you for coming, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Maria.
Bye, friends. Bye, Maria.